When anthropologist G. William Thomas first heard about the strange epidemic in the remote Papua New Guinea highlands in the 1950s, he didn't realize that cannibalism would be the key to solving it. The locals called it Kuru, which meant to tremble, and indeed, those afflicted with it trembled uncontrollably. They also experienced vomiting, diarrhea, loss of coordination, and eventually death. Within a year, the disease would take 2,000 lives. So what was behind this horrifying outbreak? You might have already seen where this is going, but let's start at the beginning. Kuru was first described in the 1930s by a Lutheran missionary, but it wasn't until the 50s that researchers really started looking into it. By then, the four people who lived in the region had been practicing a form of ritual cannibalism for generations. When the four people ate human flesh, they only consumed the brains and other internal organs of deceased relatives. This was a way to both honor and incorporate the spirits of their ancestors into their bodies. But the four were not the only ones who occasionally dined on human flesh. The natives of neighboring villages did it too, and so did the settlers from Europe and North America who moved to the area in the early 20th century. But while everyone else stopped after a few bites, the four people ate every part of the body, including the most dangerous one, the brain. You see, the brain contains lots of prions, which are misfolded proteins that cause other proteins in the brain to misfold too. Normally, these misfolded proteins are quickly destroyed, but sometimes they can linger, and if they do, they can cause serious problems. In the 1960s, a researcher found that these lingering prions were the cause of Kuru. He also discovered that they could be transmitted through blood and bodily fluids, which is how people got infected when they ate the brains of deceased relatives. But this didn't make any sense. If the disease was spread through bodily fluids, why were only the four people getting sick? Well, the answer was actually hiding in plain sight. The four people's unique way of preparing bodies for burial put them at the most risk. After all, when you eat someone's brain, you're exposing yourself to thousands of misfolded prion proteins. It's no wonder that they were the ones who got sick. And although the epidemic eventually ended, there's still something we can learn from it today. Same type of misfolded protein that causes Kuru has also been found in the brains of people with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Knowing how these proteins behave might help us find ways to stop them from wreaking havoc in our own brains someday.